I'm sorry, what did you say?
Whether you're stating your case or you're saying I'm sorry, I'm glad you joined me here on an episode of Coffee with Dubs. Now grab a seat, pour a cup, and let's get to it. Yesterday, I did something that probably should have happened sooner. Picked up the phone, called up a friend I hadn't spoken to in about a week. Life had gotten busy for both of us, and the last time we talked, I wasn't the version of myself I wanted to be. I was short, I was frustrated, honestly, I was a bit of a dick, so I called to apologize. We ended up having a great conversation before he left for vacation, and when I hung up, I realized how good it felt to reconnect with someone who actually mattered. It got me thinking, something we rarely talk about is we maintain everything in our lives. We change the oil in our cars, we mow the grass before it gets out of control, we charge our phones every night because we know what happens if we don't. We understand maintenance when it comes to almost everything we own, but somehow, through all of it, we expect relationships to survive without maintenance at all. We assume that people know how we feel. We assume there will always be another conversation. Then one day you realize months or even years have gone by because everybody was just busy. Anything worth keeping requires maintenance, especially people. Maybe that's why getting older has changed the way I look at things. My body reminds me every morning that maintenance matters. My lower back has been fighting me lately too. Sciatica likes to remind me that I'm not 25 anymore. I wake up a little stiffer than I used to, and suddenly, stretching, walking, sleeping well, and taking care of myself, they aren't optional anymore. They're the price of continuing to enjoy life the way I want to live it. The funny thing is, our friendships, our marriages, hell, our families work the same way. Ignore them long enough, eventually they'll start hurting you too. So let's keep building on this and talk tomorrow on another pour of Coffee with Dubs. I'm out of here. I've noticed that getting older has changed more than just my body. It's changed the way I look at people. There was a time that I believed that once someone disappointed me, that was it. I was pretty much done, end of story. Now, I realize that people grow just like I do. I've changed my opinions, my priorities, even the way I communicate over the years. If I expect grace while I'm becoming a better version of myself, I probably owe the same grace to the people around me. That doesn't mean accepting unhealthy behavior. It means recognizing that one bad chapter doesn't always define the entire book.
Growing older isn't about holding on to every opinion you've ever had. It's about having the courage to update them.
Even the way I communicate has changed. Years ago, I thought social media was a waste of time. I honestly believed it would have come and gone by now. Now I spend part of my life figuring out how different generations communicate because I want my message to reach more than one age group. My 25-year-old self would have laughed at me. My 43-year-old self understands that if you want to connect with people, sometimes you have to be willing to learn their language instead of expecting them to learn yours. That idea followed me when I was on a walk with the dogs the other day. They stopped to sniff something and my brain immediately started inventing scenarios. Maybe there's a squirrel. Maybe something's hiding in the woods. Maybe nothing's happening at all. But that's my imagination doing what it's always done. Sometimes it's the greatest creative tool you can have, and sometimes it's the biggest source of unnecessary worry. The imagination isn't the problem. Learning when to trust it and when to question it is. And that's a real skill.
Your imagination can build incredible dreams, but it can also manufacture problems that never arrive. Wisdom is learning the difference. I think all of these thoughts came back to the same place. Relationships, beliefs, health, creativity, none of them stay healthy on their own. They all ask something from us. A phone call, an apology, a walk, a simple conversation, a willingness to admit we've changed. Those little moments don't seem important while we're living them, but over time they become the difference between something that quietly falls apart and something that grows stronger year after year.
If there's anything big to take away from today, remember this more than anything else. The strongest relationships, they aren't built by never making mistakes. They're built by caring enough to repair them. I think that's true whether you're talking about friendship, a marriage, a family, or even a relationship you've had with yourself.